Until I watched the replay, I thought that stoppage was kind of early, but Mick Conlan, now 18-3, been stopped 3 times, by the way, with 9 KOs, just got stopped in round number 7 by Jordan Gill, who lost to Kinko Martinez in his last fight. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. It is November the 2nd, 6:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Philadelphia. Mick Conlan, he just don't have the dog. Or the dog, D-A-W-G. He just don't have the dog in him. The Lee Wood, it's like, okay, all right, Lee Wood can, you know, he's got that one-hitter quitter. Luis Alberto Lopez, nice fighter, champion. Okay, got stopped by him. Jordan Gill, though, you know, it just looks like he just don't have a chin. And now in this new division, 130 pounds, I'm not sure if he should even be up there. We're going to listen to Jordan Gill, by the way, in his post-fight interview. Conlan didn't give a post-fight interview, and now they're targeting a title shot for Jordan Gill. Now, you got Joe Cordina, who they're trying to build up to fight Lee Wood. Joe Cordina didn't look good in his last fight. Lee Wood stopped pretty brutally Josh Warrington. Lee Wood was at this Mick Conlan fight. He's friends with Jordan Gill. By the way, let's play the post-fight interview. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe before we talk about the rest of the division and the rankings. Going to be watching Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Dearte. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think it's going to be some shenanigans tonight, but let's listen to the post-fight interview. Hey. We got to mute that music. We got to mute that. Yeah, we're going to listen to the particulars. Yo, for one, let me just go ahead and say, none of these guys can beat. I mean, Navarrete didn't look good. Lamont Roach, new champion. I remember I was talking about last week, like I was talking about in detail. If you want to go watch my Lamont Roach versus the Santos video, you'll hear my thoughts on the division. And right now, I still would pick Navarrete to be number 1. It's just not a division where there's a clear cut who's the number 1 guy. Let's listen into the particulars. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe.
And the new WA International Super Featherweight Champion, Jordan the Thrill Gill.
Well, the question in the build-up, had he recovered from 2 hard fights in a row, the win against Kareem Gurfi and then the defeat against Kiko Martinez? The answer is a resounding yes, with the most impressive win of his career to date. And at the age of 29, Jordan Gill ready to go again, Darren.
Remarkable stuff. Really, really was. What a performance.
Well, let's hear the verdict.
Spoilt the party here. What a performance. What a win. You just spoilt the party here.
Here, I'll let you listen to the post-fight interview before we finish talking. Take your time out. Drop a like, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy.
Here in Belfast, please give us your immediate reaction. A night and a fight of sheer drama here tonight.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did. You know, my reaction was that to silence the fans, to go into the champion's backyard, a world-class fighter. I have the utmost respect for Michael Conlan. Belfast has been amazing. Thank you, mate. You're a good fighter. It's been a great week in Belfast. I'm just a small kid from Chatteris. I'm from Finland. I represent the Fens, and I'm proud to do so. We don't have champions where I come from. I want to be a world champion. I've done everything but become world champion. I feel like after this win, I deserve a shot.
You kept saying, Jordan, throughout the whole build-up that you were a man with a plan. Tonight we saw a different Jordan Gill, a very competent, come-forward pressure fighter. What was the game plan heading into this fight, and how effectively were you able to execute it in this ring?
The plan was to make Mick work. I knew that he lacked efficiency. I thought that I could hurt him with either hand, and I hurt him for every round. And I knew I would, and I knocked him down heavy. I thought it could have been stopped then, but after he got up, I thought, I'm going to get him. It's just a matter of time. So there was certain times that I strayed away from the game plan. Sorry, Ben Davison, Lee Wiley and Barry. I'm sorry, but I got there in the end.
You hurt him badly in that second round, and Lee was talking ringside. Your good friend Lee, who I know has been a big part in the build-up behind the scenes. You're winking at him over there as well. But how important was it for you, Jordan, not to get too greedy? Because that's what Lee was saying ringside.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Conlan, you know, he's got so much heart. He's such a proud man. He's in front of his Belfast fans. You know, there's over 200 countries watching around the world on DAZN. You're welcome, Eddie. You know, I knew that it would be dangerous in there, and I had to take my time in wearing him down and getting him out, and I got there.
Up at super featherweight, you looked so big and strong in here tonight. How did the body feel?
Different ball game, mate. You know, looking back, I should have moved up about 3 years ago. You know, after my first defeat, I think Dave and my old coach, Dave Colwell, thanks to Dave for everything that he's done with me, and Eddie thought, you know, maybe move up then, but I knew I could make feather. But in your mind, you know you can make it, but I just couldn't perform it. I couldn't hold a shot against Kiko. I was bouncing up and down on the floor. It was bloody embarrassing. I looked like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. But, you know, I've had a hard year. You know, not many people know what I've been through this year. You know, after the Kiko loss, I sort of lost touch with myself. I broke up with my wife. You know, I was in the 30th of June. I was in a field. I drank a litre of vodka, and I was going to kill myself. And somebody saved me. Somebody come and save me that day. And, you know, I went to Dave. I went to Ben Davison's gym. I worked with Barry. Barry's put so much effort in with me. My dad's been by my side. My friends and my family have been there supporting me. All my friends, I can't thank them enough. And look what, I've just changed my life. I've got my own gym. I've got my own gym opening next week with my friend Damien, where I've turned my life around this year in the last 4 months. And it's just because of that. So if you're thinking, what am I doing with my life? You can do it. You can make a change. Just get up, have that belief in yourself, and go and do it. Because nobody believed that I could do this, and I did, and that's all that mattered.
Well, Jordan, I know everyone watching at home will be incredibly proud of you in this ring tonight, but definitely not as much as proud as you should be of yourself standing here. Let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, your verdict watching that from ringside in Belfast tonight?
A breathtaking performance. I mean, listen, I'll be completely honest. I thought Michael Conlan was a big favourite going into the fight tonight. He's been out for over a year. We didn't know, you know, as a team, what he had left really in the gym or desire other than what he was telling us, which was a lot. But from the moment that he scored the knockdown, I looked to the neutral corner where he was standing, and there was something in his eye tonight that just said, I'm going to do it. You know, and that wasn't just a career best performance. That was a life-changing performance from Jordan Gill, because this was it for him tonight. If he gets beat to Michael Conlan, his career's over. All of a sudden, he puts in a performance like that, and he's screaming for a shot at the world title. Yeah. You know, the story that he told, I didn't know anything about the story that he told. You know, and that's a great inspiration to people. It's a great story and shows you what he come back from. But Ben, Barry, you know, Dad, Lee, the whole team, to come here and to beat Michael Conlan as a year out, and I knew he should have moved to super feather. As soon as he got beat by Kiko, you could see it on the night. He looked like a different fighter in there tonight. You know, and from a fighter that looked like this was his final payday, to all of a sudden a fighter that looks like he's opened up a few new chapters. And it's really exciting. I'm really pleased for him. He's a lovely fella. You know, like he said, he's done a lot. European champion, Commonwealth champion, WBA champion, and always looked on the verge of doing something in the sport. And tonight he did something in the sport. And it's going to be exciting to see where it goes from here. But like you said, you know, after beating Michael Conlan in Belfast, why not a shot at the world title? You know, you've got Joe Cordina, you've got Navarrete, you've got so many great champions. But what one out of the bag tonight? One against the head. Massive, massive night for Jordan. Well done, mate.
I do just want to grab a word with the training team and your father as well, if you just comment.
Nothing of note, no disrespect to the father, but nothing of note coming from them going forward in the post-fight. So, the plan is supposed to be Joe Cordina versus Lee Wood, right? I say, because O'Shaquie Foster, he's a top ranked fighter, so it's politics right there. Jordan Gill ain't getting that fight next. I highly doubt it. O'Shaquie Foster's not going over to the zone, so Jordan Gill coming off of a big win. Eddie Hearn, I don't see him letting him go over to top rank. Lamont Roach, PBC fighter. I don't see Lamont Roach, Jordan Gill happening. I mean, yes, PBC has been lending out their fighters. You know, Fulton went over the Top Rank, Japan, but it was a Top Rank broadcast here in the States to fight Inoue. Deontay Wilder's fighting on the zone with Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is the champion, so why would he go to another net? It doesn't make any sense unless they're offering him a boatload of money. So basically, I don't see the Lamont Roach fight. Navarrete, I don't see. It's the same thing with Oshaki Foster. Navarrete under the same banner. Navarrete didn't look good. A lot of people thought he lost. Or should have, So Joe Cordina versus, not Joe Cordina, Jordan Gill. They build him up maybe against a Kenichi Ogawa. Rakhimov maybe in an eliminator for a title shot for the winner of Joe Cordina, Lee Wood. If it's Joe Cordina, of course. I don't know if Lee Wood and Jordan Gill talked about, even though we're mates, we will fight. I don't know. Somebody can let me know down below in the comments. But, he put it this way. He played the pressure fighter in there tonight. And from what I've seen from him in the past, put it this way. It looked like, when he decided to turn it up in round number 7, he turned it up and got Mick Conlan out of there. And right now, I'm not going to say he'll beat any of the top guys, but, he's had new life breathed into his career. Zofa Barrett, if you want to throw some names out there, names that we've seen before. With that being said, on to the next card. Overall, I would rate this card from a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Shout out to Tyrone McKenna, always in exciting fights, losing Lewis Crocker. 6.3, random ass number. 6.3 out of 10. Replay value, unless you want to see Mick Conlan or unless you want to see the change in the style of Jordan Gill between this fight and last fight, moving up in weight, then the replay value for this card is extremely low. Matchroom, the zone, it's been shaky over there the last year or so, especially with the UK market being oversaturated. I just think that the UK is too small for 3 big promotional companies, Queensberry, Matchroom, and Boxer. Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, and Ben Shalom. I just think that the UK right now it's just fractured. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy.